Hey all, super short update video this week. The end of last week, we had determined that I had blowed up my old faithful Lincoln Weld Pack HD. I should say, in Lincoln Electric's defense, I have had that welder for like 15 years and done no maintenance. And I do actually think you're supposed to clean up the power supply every once in a while. I just didn't recall remembering that, and I never did. So, no shade at Lincoln. That thing was solid. But I wanted to get something that's a little bit better, or had a few more options, if maybe a little bit less diesel build. And after not nearly enough research, I did go with a Yes Welder. I went with the MiG 250 Pro. I will do more of my thoughts on this next week. All I meant to do this week was get it turned on. Actually, my dad and I worked on that together. Because Yes Welder makes dual voltage welders, but the MiG 250 Pro is not one of them. So you need to have a place to plug something like this in, which is a pretty common welder plug, I guess. So my adventure this week was actually finding a way of getting this plugged in, and I am not going to show you how I did that this week because the way I did it is not super copacetic, but next week I'll have it fixed. It's also not something that I think a lot of other people are going to be able to come along and do. But I'll explain that all next week. For now, know that I did it safely, but I didn't do it the way I want to do it. But anyways, got power. That's 240 volts out to the bus. And I will show you that next week. I will also show you more about the welder next week. I'll give you my thoughts after using it. I can tell you right now, as far as thoughts go, I just did some really quick and dirty testing. It has not made me a more pretty welder. Although, actually, that weld right there is new. I gotta be careful. This weld right here is new, I think. And it actually doesn't look bad. It looks no worse than any of my other welds. It might even look a little prettier than usual. I wanted to test that. I wanted to see about getting some decent penetration. I might cut this up, but probably not because I'm lazy. I will say that I cranked this thing all the way up to 250, and it did in fact blow a hole. I don't know if you can see it right there in 1/8" steel, which was not a problem I ever had with the Weld Pack welder. I don't know what that. I'd have to go back and look up what that thing was theoretically put out. When I cranked the Yes Welder MiG 250 Pro up to 250 amps, blew a hole in that real quick. Again, I won't normally do that. I just want to see what would happen. It's pretty easy to dial it back down. In fact, it's literally a dial on the front. I don't know if I have anything else really to talk about. I can confirm that running it in wire feed mode. I'm still running a flux core wire in it because I don't have a gas bottle regulator or anything else. That might be coming, but I don't need it, so I might hold off. But I will tell you that it has not made it any less spattery or any less smoky in here. But that's okay. That's not what we got the welder for. We got the welder to stick metal together. And it did do that. So that's it for this week. I had been admonished that I am supposed to be asking people to like and subscribe. So if you would like to do that, now would be the time because there's really no more content coming. Other than that, I'm going to fire Beatrix up. I am going to sign off, and hopefully next week I can get a little bit more on these windows done, window framing, get a little bit more of that done, and hopefully we can, I can show you the more right way or the less wrong way that we're powering this little welder, and I will give you my impressions on that. For now, have a great week. See you next week.